Did you know every C program is built from tiny building blocks called tokens? Let's see in details tokens in C language. So the definition goes like this. These tokens are smallest individual units, or else we call it as the building blocks that compiler recognizes. Means what? So compiler can only recognize these letters, these building blocks are these smallest units. If you give other than these building blocks or these smallest units, compiler will not recognize it. That's the meaning of it. Okay, let's see in detail what are the different types of tokens in C. The first one is keywords. So keywords are basically they are predefined reserved words. So examples could be int, if, while, return, also. These are all predefined. Means what? They have a separate meaning. So their meaning is defined already. So you cannot change their meaning. You have to use them as it is. Okay, they are the reserved words. So they should not be used for other purposes. They should be used only for the purpose which are designed for it. The next is identifiers. So identifiers are basically they are names given to the variables or functions or arrays or other user defined function entities. Okay, so identifiers are names given to the variables or functions. We'll see in detail what do you mean by variable, also what is mean by functions and arrays and other entities later on. So basically identifier meaning is they are just names. Okay, and next is constants. So constants are, as I said, the word itself indicates they are fixed values. That means what? They do not change during the program execution. During program execution, underline that. We'll see in detail for every category of these tokens. We'll see examples for it in a minute in the program itself. Right. Next is strings. So strings is basically sequence of characters. So they must be enclosed in double quotes, like the one which is enclosed here. Okay, in red color. So that is a string here. Socket is a string which is enclosed in a double quotes. So next we have operators. So operators are basically they are the symbols. So they perform operations on the variables under some values. So example operators could be, is already aware of it, plus, minus, division, multiplication operators. Some of the operators these are. And next is special symbols. So these special symbols are usually punctuation marks with a special meaning. For example, you can have a semicolon. This semicolon meaning is it is a termination of a statement in the C program. Means every statement in C program should terminate with semicolon unless otherwise mentioned, right? And also we have opening curly brace. This indicates opening of the block or function, and closing curly brace and closing of the block or function. And we have opening brace and closing brace. This is usually used in functions while passing the parameters. And also you will have comma operator, which is used to separate the variables or some other depending on the context. We'll see. Now what are important here is some of the keywords you need to understand, and variables are important, functions and all we'll see any of later classes, right? And some constants also important, and strings there is nothing much to know. It's the only thing is we have to strings are usually enclosed in double quotes, that you remember. And operators we have a separate topic, and special symbols whenever required we are covering them implicitly. Okay, we are not going to cover explicitly the special symbols. Now what I am going to cover is keywords, variables, and also some constants and operators and all in the forthcoming classes it will be there. Right, let's see the first component. In this example, let us identify what are all the keywords, what are all the C tokens here. Having said C tokens, you have to identify what are the keywords, what are the identifiers, what are the constants and strings and operators, special symbols. So let us take some time here and try to identify these tokens here, various categories of tokens. So as I already explained you this program, this is a comment here. This is not part of the code, C code, and this is not comes under any token. This won't comes under any token which we specified among these categories. They are only meant for user readability. Similarly, the second comment also. So comment means whenever there is a double slash followed by some text, this is called comment. Comment can be on the same line of code or a new line also, it can be possible. Now let's see here. Let us identify what are the keywords here. You can say int is a keyword, float is a keyword, double is a keyword, right? And also return is a keyword in this case. So these are all the keywords, float, into, so on so. These are all the keywords. What are all the identifiers? Identifier meaning is what? They are the names. Names given to what? Variables, or it could be variables, or it could be function names, or it could be arrays names, so on so. For now you understand these are the variables I am giving. F value is the name of the variable. So okay, variable meaning I will tell you in a minute in detail. So variable, and this variable is storing some result to 1 by 3, 1 by 3. And similarly, there is a variable d value. This is also variable. F value is a variable and d value also variable. So they are the names basically. So what are all the constants? You can see 1.0 is a constant and 3.0 also constant. So these are all the constants here. What are all the strings? So strings I already mentioned, they must be enclosed in double quotes. You can see here, this is enclosed in the double quotes. But the special meaning for this, we have special meaning I already explained you this category. Now that the decimal point indicates after decimal point you print to 15 digits. That's the meaning of it. F meaning is this F value is the floating type variable, that is the indication. So you can see here comma and all. So this is a string now, you can say. This is a string type token. And what are all the operators here? So what are all the operators? Here operators are division operator. This is the operator, you can say. Right? And what are the special symbols? You can say special symbol is here it is slash n. So slash n indicates you print next line in the new line. Okay? Next line going to be printed in the new line.